Welcome back to the Dr. David Show. Let's take some health questions. Peggy from Sheridan has this question. She's a diabetic and has lupus and has to take iron treatments for low iron. She would like to know if there is a vitamin she can take to boost her iron but not have any nasty side effects.
Well, firstly, a lot of people, and I want you to know that if I'm an expert in anything, it's iron. I spent my early life studying iron metabolism. And actually, a lot of people who have serious illnesses like lupus can actually bleed. And when you bleed, you lose iron and have to take iron supplements. If you have side effects, which do occur on occasion, there are certain iron pills that have fewer side effects, and you may want to talk to your pharmacist about it, but often someone who cannot tolerate oral iron and needs iron has to have an intravenous injection every so often. Really make sure that you are iron deficient, and the way you make sure is you do a test called the serum ferritin. That test was developed in 1974 by yours truly, and is measured about 1 million times a day now. And if your ferritin is low, you're iron deficient and you need to have iron. Sometimes doctors make a mistake and treat people with iron when they don't have it, in which case their ferritin is very high. So talk to your doctor about the serum ferritin test. It might help confirm that you are indeed iron deficient.
Very interesting. Now, Gail from Camden has this question. Gail had a colonoscopy 6 months ago. Doctors didn't find anything wrong, but she's still having trouble with her bowels.
Well, firstly, the good news is that maybe you had a colonoscopy because you had a problem with your bowel, and your doctor wanted to make sure there was nothing significantly abnormal. So he did the test, which is usually done to make a diagnosis of or exclude cancer. Sometimes polyps are found that have to be removed. People usually need it about once every 10 years, but a colonoscopy will not cure a bowel problem. You need to work with your doctor, find out exactly what it is, and have it corrected. Sometimes it can be, sometimes it can't. There is a condition called irritable bowel syndrome, which occurs more commonly in women. There are very few things that occur more commonly in women than in men. It's associated with abdominal pain and constipation and diarrhea. There are some medications that help, but it's often a chronic, lifelong problem related to the fact that the diet is not as good as it should be, excuse me.
Okay, I have a question since we have a break from questions about vitamins. A year and a half ago when I was pregnant, I took the prenatal vitamin.
Absolutely.
Which I love because apparently it has, it helps with your hair and your skin. I know that being pregnant can change everything. Now I've seen these vitamins with biotin that apparently help your skin and your hair and your nails. What? Is that accurate? Is that true?
When I first heard about vitamin E, it was supposed to increase your interest in hanky-panky. So I saturated myself in vitamin E, and it made no difference. There's absolutely no evidence that you need anything. There's no question that when you're pregnant, you should take a supplement because the baby comes first. So a lot of women who have a good diet, when they're pregnant, if they say have a little deficiency in iron, they will become profoundly anemic before their baby develops any problem. When you're pregnant, the nutrition of the baby takes over. And that's why supplements are usually needed during pregnancy, and folic acid is needed because sometimes it prevents some spinal deformities.
Very interesting. I've always wondered that, Dr. David, and I finally had the chance to ask you.
Your hair is beautiful.
Thank you.
You ask anybody out there whether you need anything.
Thank you, Dr. David. You're so sweet. We have a question now from Becky in Little Rock. She says she cannot take cholesterol pills because they give her seizures. She would like to know if she should still take them anyway.
Well, firstly, I've never heard of statins or the drugs used for lowering cholesterol to cause seizures, but if that's the case in you, you really cannot take anything at the moment. There is another pill which interferes with absorption of cholesterol, and that should only be taken if you have a very, very serious problem. In the future, a whole array of new drugs are coming out that hopefully will be able to help you. So watch and listen for something better.
Okay, very quickly, Hal from Greenbrier would like to know about CQ10 supplements.
Well, CQ10 supplements are interesting because they have been used and said to perhaps reduce the side effects of cholesterol-lowering drugs. In fact, it's supposed to be the panacea and helps everything, but in fact, the evidence that it's of any value is questionable at best. Don't spend your money on vitamins.
Thank you for all your questions. Dr. David is back Friday for more questions. Have a great day, everyone.